It was 1972. The Vietnam War had no end in sight, and the American GI Forum saw how the returning Vietnam veterans were not being well received. It reminded them of a time after World War II when returning Hispanic veterans had also not been welcomed back as they expected. This was the catalyst for the founding of the American GI Forum National Veterans Outreach Program. Hello, I'm Carlos Martinez, President and CEO of the American GI Forum National Veterans Outreach Program. The philosophy of the organization was simple: serve the veterans by all means possible. We broke new ground as we set in motion the first outreach system in the country that went looking for veterans to serve instead of sitting and waiting for them to find us. As the years rolled by and we learned more, we knew that one simple program with one service could not meet the needs. Again, the organization set new standards by organizing matching grants, seeking out private sector grants to fill the gaps left by this unusual amalgamation of programs. Soon the NVOP was providing a continuum of care that started out with street-level outreach, sophisticated intake using matrix systems that allowed the veterans to be served by multiple programs without duplication, personalized case management, and critical support services after job placement to help retention. Many of these procedures are now standard in government grants, but the NVOP was doing this 30 years ago. The evolution continued as the NVOP added new ways of serving the veterans through some very untraditional methods. Such things as the VETS box manufacturing that employs disabled veterans to produce millions of boxes for the U.S. Postal Services annually, and the VETS Work Center that has just signed a new Army contract to produce a very unique Commendation Retirement Kit. The Commendation Retirement Kit includes an American flag, a lapel pin, a DVD of information, and a commendation letter for each retiring soldier from the Army. The NVOP has remained relevant to the changing needs of the veterans. In 2005, the NVOP built the Residential Center for Veterans to address the growing problem of homeless veterans. The center offers 80 transitional beds and 60 single-room apartments. This facility is a 24-hour, 365-day-a-year operation.
After a while, I get the feeling of being home. Over the holidays, I kind of couldn't wait till I got home. You know, there was...
And you're referring back to here? To
the GI Forum.
Good.
Is, the peace and quiet is what I was looking forward to, in my own bed,
You have your own room?
Yeah, and, I can read whenever I want to, I got a good thing going,
In 2009, it was declared a national model by the Secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs. The RCV, as we call it, the Residential Center, provides critical housing for both males and females, and it has an array of case-managed support services, including counseling, support group meetings, and of course, employment and job training assistance.
Hi, my name is Melissa Anguerra. I am a retired Staff Sergeant with the United States Army as a reservist, National Guard. I've been affiliated with the American GI Forum since 1993. I worked for them as an intake specialist, and I also worked for the box manufacturing company as a customer service representative. I'm a single mother of a beautiful 5-year-old boy, and I was in the military. I joined the military in 2002, and immediately after I was deployed to Iraq. Upon my return, it was very difficult for me to transition back into a civilian world, so I found myself back in uniform full-time. I feel very fortunate to have been part of the American GI Forum National Veterans Outreach Program, because I was able to see firsthand at what the veterans experience once they're out of the military. they're so lost because they're so used to being in that family of the military that once they come out, the civilian world is so different. So the Veterans Outreach Program offers all kinds of job opportunities and training, and they even has housing for veterans now. So it's been an honor to be part of the American GI Forum.
Another community service provided by the NVOP is affordable housing for the elderly. The NVOP owns and operates 3 apartment complexes specifically designed and built to accommodate the elderly with 170 apartment units.
They gave me a place to stay at first and helped me with the job search.
Were you homeless?
I was homeless at that point. At that point, I was living with a friend who had to end up selling her house. And it was dire straits. They put me up in their residential unit for a while and just recently put me in a housing program where I'm in an apartment on my own. They helped me with the resume. They helped me by performing mock interviews, and they also gave me job leads when they came through.
Well, I did not have a job. I had been downsized, and that had never happened to me before. So it was pretty serious in my life. And I was contacted by the Veterans Association, and through the compensated work therapy program, I was hired on here. And I've learned so much working here. I mean, I love it. And doing the kits for the Army is just an honor to do them. And we do each piece that goes into the kit. We fold the flag and the ribbons, we cut them by hand, and the disc and everything. I would say it's great. And if you have the opportunity, you should take it, because you're going to learn a lot, and they're just there for you all the time. You never have to worry.
Hello, I'm Senator Leticia Van de Putte, and I chair the Veteran Affairs and Military Installations Committee in the Texas Senate. My congratulations to the GI Forum on its 40th year of the most magnificent program that we have for veterans, our Veterans Outreach Program. Started, I guess, in 1972 as a result of the real need for then our Vietnam veterans to reintegrate back into society at a time when there wasn't the welcome arms. GI Forum was at the forefront of making sure that they outreached to the veterans to give them a sense of belonging and job skills and employment opportunities. Our veterans have given us so much. We owe it to them to make sure that when they come back into civilian life, they get every opportunity to succeed. They have fought for us. Now we need to make sure to do our part for them. Congratulations to the GI Forum for 40 years on the National Veteran Outreach Program. Now have served over 470,000 veterans. Job well done. Let's keep fighting for them.
The NVOP is fully engaged in providing a full array of services to veterans of all eras, especially the recently discharged veterans of the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. As long as there is a veteran in need, the NVOP will be here to serve.